Once you meet people from different cultures, you experience that culture, there's a bonding that comes with that. We always talk about the U.S. being a melting pot. What better place, than to have it here? Hopefully those cultures aren't siloed. Yeah. I think that's one of the things that football does. It breaks down those silos, allows everyone to come together.
What's going on? I'm Jessica Flores, and this is Rayo Colores. I'm here at the Adidas Football Society in Los Angeles, where we're celebrating all things football culture. I get to sit down and talk to U.S. football legend Cobi Jones about his journey, leaving a mark for future generations, and his passions and lifestyle on and off the field.
My parents were from Mobile, Alabama, right. From a segregated South, and moved out to California. So soccer was not on their radar
at all.
So hearing about teams in Europe and hearing about Cruyff and all that, no, it was only the most popular, famous soccer player in the world that I knew of, and that was Pele. So it was just like, okay, yeah, he's an idol. That's who I like.
In those moments where it is so high pressure, how did you handle those moments back in the day? Did you have a mantra?
The mantra really comes from my mom, where she was always, this is very simple, it was beat your best. Try to get a little bit better, than the last time you were out there. So that's one thing that's always stuck with me, throughout my career is, can you beat your best? Can you do a little bit better? So even when those moments would come, stepping on the field, can I be a little bit better than that last time? Can I do something a little bit different to improve upon? Because if you continue along that path, you can make strides beyond, all those people in your past. What I miss the most is the locker room, the time with the guys. I hope people realize when you're on a team like this, you're a group of guys that have the same goal. You don't have many times, if at all, if you will ever have something like that again.
Speaking of the locker room, what kind of music would you guys be playing before a game?
90s, in LA, so you can imagine. Okay. I'm going R&B, hip hop, pushing it as much as possible. But then we had the rock guys, that were in there trying to do their stuff. So it was a significant battle between the two. We're really talking, Tupac, Biggie. You had Public Enemy, you had NWA. Yeah. But that time with that era of music that was just so intense and just so much fun. For me, that was a pinnacle of music, for my lifetime, I should say. You're not always gonna like everybody that you have to work with. I didn't like everybody on my team. You have to find a way to come together to get to that goal. And if you're able to do that, you'll usually find success.
Tell me a little bit about the evolution that you've seen so far in the MLS from when you began to where it's at now.
I always start out with players, right? So I give a lot of credit to the players. I think when you look at just the amount of skilled players and the level of skill, I think has increased, tenfold, from when it started out. The game and the professionalism of the game at every single level has increased that tenfold. The infrastructure has increased that tenfold. I think everything up at management of the teams, but also at MLS offices, everything has just gotten better and more fine-tuned as we've continued on.
So we have the archive collection. We're going to go ahead and bring it out. So you're actually in this, which is so incredible. Here's the archive collection. So let me know what your thoughts are. Obviously, these are some of those iconic MLS throwback jerseys that we all grew up on. I want to know, Cobi, what's your opinion on the current day LA Galaxy jersey, since you grew up with, this incredible throwback one?
Look, everything morphs and molds, and kind of changes over time. But, for me, like you, this is OG. This is right here.
This does something to my soul, honestly. It really does.
I always love that. And by the way, I got to say, for those that know, with this magazine cover, like this free kick, this is awesome. I think it's fantastic, that they're doing this and really just making a connection to today, to the past. You can't forget where you came from.